Hey guys, so today you are going to learn about your first graphic design project that is all your own. And so what you should have already done is find a simple image based off of your childhood fear. Now, I am doing this a little differently. I am going to make mine based off a scary story. You're not supposed to do this, but for example, here are some great images of simple, or here are some great examples of what a simple image is. Any of these would work well. Even this, because it has those hard lines that you can make a shape out of. But the simpler the better, because you will be tracing this shape. So you're going to start by going to File, New, and as always, your width and height should be 11 by 8.5 with a resolution of 300. We're going to title this your name underscore project 1 underscore working, because it is not completed. So once we have that, I am going to drag and drop my simple image that I put onto my desktop. You can do that by right-clicking and saving. I'm then going to make this a little bit bigger because I want it bigger. So now I'm going to use the pen tool, which we have learned about, to create a shape. I'm doing this by clicking down an anchor point, and then as I come to the curved areas, I know that I'm going to have to click and drag out my barbells so that I can make the rounded edges. So do this to the best of your ability. If you get stuck, please ask for help. There we go. And then gotta fix that. As I come to the completion of my shape, I'm gonna go back to the original anchor point to close it off. And now you can see that my shape is a little wonky. So I'm gonna take my path selection and direct selection tool. I'm gonna actually use the direct selection tool to go in there and adjust this barbell so that this is a straight line while this is still curved. I might have to make some adjustments on the curve, but that's good enough for today. So then I'm going to hide my background image. We're not going to fully get rid of it yet because I may want to refer back to it. Now, at this point, I'm going to do something that no one should be too familiar with. I'm going to go to the Paths window. So this is at the same window as your layers on the right side, and I'm going to click Paths. Then I am going to right click on this thing that says Shape 1 Vector Mask and do Make a Selection. We're going to press OK. And then we're going to go down to this little icon, which is Make Work Path from Selection. So I'm going to click on that. Now I'm going to go back to my original shape and turn it off. And now I just have this path. So what I can do now is go in with my text tool and I can click on this. Now I was unprepared and I didn't copy my text previously. So let me copy this scary story about a keyhole. Ooh, can I not copy it? Oh, this is going to be not as good of a piece. What? Let's try that again. What? Excuse me, you can probably skip ahead. Okay. Here we go. I don't know if this is the same one, but whatever. So the best thing that you can do prior to this that I'm going to do over here is get rid of all of, ooh, that's gross, the paragraphs. And then, because this is so weird, I'm going to turn off the fact that it's highlighted and make my text black. And then I'm going to copy this by pressing Command-C or Control-C. And then I'm going to paste it with my text by either... What? Make sure that your color on the top is set to white or set to black, or you will be a little confused, just as I was. And now we're going to go into the text editing tools. You should have learned a little bit about this the other day when we were doing logos. You're going to start on a little window that looks like this. We're first going to go to paragraph, and we're going to turn on this totally square paragraph. It's called Justify All. And then we're also going to turn off hyphenate. Here we can also adjust the space before and after a paragraph. I got rid of my paragraph, so we should be all good. And that's what all of these do too. So if you do have paragraphs, just know these are some of the tools you can use to edit them. Here, I'm going to start by, I need to make sure all of my text is copied, which you can do by Command or Control A. I'm going to first make my font a little smaller because I don't think the whole story is there. And then I can adjust the width of my text, for example, by doing 150 here, or doing 50, and now my text is super small, but I can't really read that, so maybe I'll try again, or maybe I'll keep it at 100, you know. So basically what these do is this adjusts the height of your literal text vertically, and this adjusts it horizontally. This adjusts the spacing between characters. And this is the overall, this is the overall font size. Oh, this is the font size, the spacing between them. So even though my font might be 8, it's set so that the spacing is 11, so it has a little bit more space. And then this one is irrelevant, so we won't do anything. Then you can make it bold, italicized, all caps. It's kind of crazy, etc. You can kind of look through these. So now, I wonder if I can get that A. So now, as you can see, I have an A at the top that I definitely don't want because it will ruin my shape. Nope, don't want to do that either. I guess this works, so it looks a little bit better. So now, if I go back to my paths page and I click in the gray space, I now have a story that is in the shape of the keyhole. So what you guys should be doing is using your own writing to fill the shape that you are creating, or that should represent what you're writing about. If instead of working the way that I just showed you, you can also, though this is not necessarily the assignment, you can also use the vertical type tool and click on the path. Oh, hold on. Make a selection. Ooh. Alright. I'm going to start all the way over and making the selection. And as you can see, I now have text going all the way around, although it's probably too much text. Let me instead change this text. Oh. Oh, hold on. So let's pretend that instead of a keyhole, I was doing something about ghosts. I could now go back to this text. And now, oops, my keyhole is outlined, saying ghosts, though the text is going kind of weird. And to get that line to go away, I need to go back to the paths page. So this is another option. If you feel very strongly about doing this option, come talk to me, but I'm not really interested in you doing it. But I am interested in you guys being creative folks. You can then add more to your image, for example, by doing a shape behind it, like this circle. And I can change the color. Oops. On my top toolbar, and if I put, because layers are literally layering on top of each other and I want the text to show over the circle, I have to put the shape below the circle. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So maybe this is my image. So you guys have some creative range. Ooh, that's not that cute. Let me adjust this. But what your project should incorporate is your own writing, which you've already completed, a simple shape, and text that is somehow filling that shape with your writing. Alright guys, after that you're going to save as we normally do, file save as. If you're still working, you're going to save a Photoshop and a JPEG. Otherwise, you're going to go and save the final version, changing that working to a version, or working to a final. So, see you later.